and he's joining us in studio. Having conversations about the peace of the nation, also the voters register, conversations about whether or not to re-exhibit the register after fixing the naughty areas, and how prepared the NDC is for the big election, given the fact that the MPP is leaving no stone unturned. And yesterday, Kwame Bediako-Cheddar gave us his 12-point apostolic plan, as he called it. You are the electorate. But as I mentioned earlier, we want to put you at the center of things and also hear from you and talk around the conversations with you. Council, good morning. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, my respected brother,
Thank
Johnny.
you. Yesterday,
and,
Cheddar.
good morning to your able producers and team members. Where's
Helen? Helen is right back behind you, unfiltered.
Somebody had kidnapped her?
No, she's doing production to support
very well.
the work of God.
She's always versatile, so
Yes.
she can be turned from host to producer.
Yeah, that's when you work at Media General, you do some.
No, but you know that form of skills development is one of the things that I appreciate a lot about what you guys do.
Right.
I know you started from entertainment.
Yes.
And
Yes.
today, like, Ghana listens. You are like not longer entertaining people. You are informing.
Right.
And look, Johnny, I won't say because you're here, Johnny's Bite in the morning. Look, it's like cocaine within the media. People are addicted to it.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's like Johnny's Bite fan club. Yeah, because you are forced to listen.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like Johnny,
you will listen.
ask for the message. This morning I listened to you, and you looked at the Galamsey issues.
Right.
And then you ended up with the languages associated with the campaign so far. And it captures the mood, popular sentiment, what people are saying broadly about the things that will shape the campaign. And a few minutes ago, I was listening to you with
the Gen Zs.
The Gen Zs. I say I'm a marketer. As a political, somebody who speaks also for the NDC, beyond being the director legal, I think that I'm a marketer. I need to pitch for their vote.
That's correct.
And I just want to once again tell them that if the MPP is retained in power, they'll have this thinking, right, that they are entitled to misgovern.
I don't understand you.
So you go and you vote for MPP. The first thing that comes to their mind is that,
3FM.
we are not accountable to anybody. We can do whatever pleases us, and the voter will still come and vote.
So that if you are misgoverned, it's okay because you enjoy it.
You enjoy it. You understand, and you see.
But why would anybody? Okay, I don't know.
So I'll tell you something. This government, right, from January 2017 to date, there are three important matters that you can broadly sum up their performance around. I call it the 3 EMs.
Okay, tell me.
One.
Break it down.
You see, one is what I call economic mess. Economic mess.
Right.
That's the first EM.
Okay.
The second one is what I call educational mess. 3 is what I call environmental mess.
Okay.
So the government, broadly looking at their performance, you can sum it around these 3 EMs. Now you look at the economy. Parents, today, assuming you have to take a child to secondary school, government says it's free. EduWatch, the African Education Watch, had come out with a statistic that shows that if you pick the cost of education, secondary education, government is only responsible for 27%. About 72% of the cost of secondary education is borne by the parent. So you say it's free. Look, before you go...
And old students, school,
yes. Look, if you go, and I have parents, I have friends, they'll call you and say, look, we need to buy A, B, C, D before our child can go to school. That costs, okay, you need a stable economy to reduce the cost of those items. Now, because the economy is completely ravished, the amount of money that you are now spending on the cost of that child's education had tripled, sometimes doubled. So that is just the economy. The education itself. As for basic education, this government, they don't even talk about it again. They are saddled with the free SHS in such a way that they have forgotten about basic education. But you see, if you are building a house, right, and the foundation is terrible, but you have a superstructure, what will happen to the superstructure? It will come down.
I don't build, yes.
Good. So the basic from primary to JSS, you know, our time or
JSS, right?
That is really where the foundation, the block, the building block is. Now, it's a complete neglect.
But maybe the government is not paying attention to them because they think there's no problem, or because they think that they will not be voting.
No,
they are not qualified to vote.
But that is why I'm saying that when the government is only fixated on free SHS with a view that they will turn out to vote, then the concept of education will be lost on us. Because education is what builds a country. Look, I tell you this. I did my primary education within 3 towns.
Right.
Nkwanta, KJB, and Kpando.
Okay.
These 3 towns. And I've always said, the foundation that I got in these basic schools, from Nkwanta, KJB to Kpando, is what has made me today.
Right.
Because by the time I completed JHS, you know, JSS, our time it was JSS.
JHS.
I'm struggling to call it JHS, you know. Our time, that foundation was enough to get me into secondary school.
That's correct.
That foundation was enough to get me into the university and me becoming a lawyer today. You understand? So if you build a basic education strong, the secondary thing becomes cascading.
And you say we are not building it enough.
Completely off.
What is missing?
Did you listen to government when they speak? It's about free SHS.
Right.
Even on their campaign platform, they don't talk about basic. There's a government that decided to change curriculum, change many of their things, and now we are struggling to print what? Textbooks. This is a government that believes that the best investment for your child is that they will spend 54 million Ghana cedis on buying, what we call it, past questions. Education goes beyond past questions. I always say, if you build the child in such a way, you may not even need past questions. The past questions may just serve as a guide to provide a certain mind, how the mind of the examiner, among other things.
But when did it become normalized for us to be buying past questions?
That is what I'm saying. So characteristic of this government is what you call educational mess. As for the university, it's even out of the conversation. The tertiary universities are on their own. I mean the public tertiary institutions, they are on their own. Then the critical issue of environmental mess. Johnny, your own colleague, Bella Mundi, on 31st August, did a video recording of the current state of the River Pra. I felt sad.
Are you now seeing it? I've been crisscrossing the country and showing that.
Look, I traveled from Accra and ended at Bodi, Sefi.
Right. Samson, his constituency.
Sure. So you know my journey. I did it by road. I wanted to have an understanding
How
of Ghana.
did you climb that slippery?
Oh yeah.
Slippery, muddy road.
Oh,
How did you climb it?
It was, manageable, but it's quite decent now. So what do? You start from Accra, you get to Cape Coast, you get to Sekondi,
right.
You do Takoradi, then you do the road.
Right.
Aguna Nkwanta and all those enclaves. So we use that end into Takwa. And from Takwa, we did the place that Apiache.
Apiache.
92.7.
Exactly.
The bomb explosion. The explosion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just by that, Pristia
Huni Valley.
that squad, right into Wasakropong. Wasakropong, then you enter into the Dintra enclave. Then you are going into Western North. We also, you do, we did, we also Joabeso, Bodi. The Galamsey that is good. Plain sight. It's like there's no leadership in Ghana. It's like the whole country is on autopilot.
But there was one at Okonongo by the roadside.
No, just by the roadside.
Yeah. We broke that story.
I saw it.
The DC
Disheartening.
The DC said, he will come back to us.
Look,
we should give him a few days to respond.
What exactly can you associate the Akufo-Addo Bawumia administration? 7 years, 8 months.
Free SHS, one district, one factory, one village, one dam, planting for food and jobs, rearing for food and jobs, planting for export and rural development.
Let's start with planting for food and jobs.
Agenda 111.
This government has expended close to 2.3 billion Ghana cedis on planting for food and jobs. At the time when this government claimed it was invested in planting for food and jobs, we were recording the highest food inflation in the country. Johnny, listen carefully. At the time you claim you have put an or a strategy, a plan, which ultimately is to ensure increased food production, at the same time creating jobs. That was the time we recorded the highest food inflation. Ironically, today, what is the scorecard? The government had declared an emergency relative to issues of food and agri. And you see, this is a government that is never responsible for anything. So quickly they blame it on what? Drought.
But there's drought, is there not?
Please, did the drought happen in a day? Where is the foresight? When I say foresight, the ability to anticipate the possibility of something happening.
Is that not why the government constructed the dams?
Which dams?
Eduji, don't you live in Ghana?
Listen carefully.
One village, one dam. You have not heard about that.
The minister, Howard Kumsen, who was placed on that project, came out and said, look, if you want to construct meaningful dam, and I quote her, you need no less than 5 million Ghana cedis.
For one.
For one. And that the 250,000 Ghana cedi dams cannot be meaningful. Today, the scorecard is that those dams have dried out. We have spent over 200 million Ghana cedis on dried dams or dugouts. I'll give you one intervention by John Mahama, and you can equate the two.
92.
So H.E. John Dramani Mahama, within 4 years, constructed a Tamni irrigation dam in Garu. Do you know what that dam is doing now? Now that there's drought anticipated, it is providing a source of water for farming. Can you imagine that as of December last year, young people in Garu are now engaged in the production of carrots? Yes. Look, I could just give you their number, the young people in Garu. You go there and interview them. I am a lawyer. I deal with evidence. What is verifiable? Go there and watch them. Now they are producing carrots and bringing it to Accra. And they were, they were interviewed that around November, December, you guys rushed to Accra. Why this time? They said, no. The carrot business, when they do the sack and others, the number they,
right,
the money it is giving them, and they are living with their family.
So they want to come and see themselves.
They don't want to come to Accra. That is how you transform the minds of people. You have done 200 million Ghana cedis on dams that dried during the time they are needed. Does it make sense? The dams were not needed when there was rain. They were needed when there is drought. And when the drought came, they were not there. In fact, I use this for the biblical example of the 10 virgins. The 10 virgins. The Bible says 5 were wise, 5 were foolish. The use of the word foolish is not my word, it's what is in the Bible. Now, he said 5 of them carried oil on the journey.
For their lamps.
For their lamps. The remaining 5 did what? So their lamps eventually, the oil in their lamps eventually what?
It ran out.
Ran out. And they were now found or caught unaware. The Bible described them as foolish.
So what are you saying?
Do you need dams during rainy season?
No, you don't.
You need them when there is no longer rain, correct? And when the rain stopped, the dams dried out.
So you're saying we are foolish?
I won't say that. I am saying that the Oh, why? Johnny.
It's 96 days to election 2024. If you need credible and objective coverage of this year's general election, join us at Media General on 3FM 92.7, TV3, 3news.com, and on all our social media platforms. This is your Election Command Center. Make up your mind today.
How can you come early morning to my studio and be saying that?
Johnny, the Bible is clear. It said there were 10 virgins. Out of the 10, 5 were foolish. They were foolish because they could not anticipate what will happen tomorrow. In the specific case, this is a government that expended 200 million in the name of building dams. And like I asked you, simple logical reasoning. What time do you need a dam? Is it when the rains are there? No. You need the dam when the rains no longer exist.
I see. Now, so this is how you have described the government. They will reject the verdict, obviously, because they say, as for you and your party people, you see nothing good about the government.
No, so the scenario I gave, that having expended 200 million into dams, where are the dams?
But the Agric Minister says anybody who comes to ask this kind of question is not really looking at the matter holistically, because there are other things that are being done.
This Agric Minister, 8 months ago, he was busily trying to buy Snit hotels instead of doing his work. Listen to me carefully. At the time when Ghanaians expected our Greek minister to be planning ahead, to act like the 5 wise virgins by keeping additional oil in their lamp, do you know what the Greek minister was doing?
No.
He was busily negotiating to buy Snit hotels. So when he woke up, the rains had stopped. And like the 5 virgins that were described as in the Bible, he woke up and there was famine. May we not have such leaders again.
See.
And the Bible forbids the 5 foolish virgins. I'm speaking scripture. May we not have this kind of leadership again.
You want to insult us, you're using scripture to insult us.
I beg you. The Bible is the inspiration from who? The Almighty God.
No, it's too early.
You see, something even more worrying. You spend 2.3 billion Ghana cedis on planting for food and jobs. And when the people needed food, there was scarcity. What is your use? 2.3 billion Ghana cedis. My understanding of that intervention is that you needed more food. And listen, any student of economics will tell you, and I read economics at the University of Ghana. Demand, supply, correct.
Right.
So when there is more food gluts, there's always a possibility, right? That creates an avenue for food prices to go down. I remember in econometrics and micro theory, there's something we call Cobb-Douglas, formulation. Because the reasoning is that when the farmer produces more this year, there's a high tendency that next year you produce less.
Okay.
So it becomes cyclical. That is not what we are seeing now. Just leadership failure. And I want to submit on this platform that should Ghanaians make the mistake of retaining the MPP, the danger to our democracy is that the MPP will feel emboldened and will feel that they are entitled to misgovern this country because there wouldn't be any point of accountability.
We have to wrap up the conversation. I'm sure we heard the running mate of the NPP, Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh, on the campaign trail, accusing your party of being murderers of men of God and also somebody who was able to discover the cure for HIV/AIDS, and says that, look, if the people decide to vote for you, that will be their predicament, and that you are promising the people morgues instead of hospitals. They are promising hospitals and all of that. Ahead of the call for peace to prevail and all, what do you say to that? What's your reaction?
I think, first of all, I need to do a substantive reaction to this, the substantive matter.
Right.
First of all, and I speak to a young Muslim listening to me this morning. What you may not know.
I hope we're not going on the religious lines.
No. Okay. What you may not know is that from independence until 1996, the two Muslim festivals, Eid al-Adha and Eid al-Fitr, were not public holidays. What it meant was that on those days, Muslims were working until it took the NDC under Jerry Rawlings, president, to say that there is the need for inclusive politics. And so if Christians have the benefit of Christmas, Easter, and what have you, the two Muslim festivals should also be made public holidays. That is the record of the NDC. Two, first of all, any Arab country that you've had the benefit of visiting and knowing about them, they have a way of providing or dignifying their dead relations. The way we Christians treat our dead people is different from how the Muslims do it.
That's right.
That should be basic. Anybody with fair understanding and deeper insights into religious and cultural differences will not be making the loose statement that Martin Opoku-Prempeh is making on the platform.
How loose are these statements?
He says NPP builds something and NDC.
Yeah, they build hospitals, you build morgues.
Who built the Dodowa Hospital, 120 bed? Who built it? Napo. Look, Ridge Hospital was the British colonial hospital. In fact, it was on wooden structures until John Mahama took the initiative to rebuild the whole thing into the edifice that we see today. Is Matthew Opoku-Prempeh not aware? When it comes to hospitals, the NDC has a superior record in the building of hospitals That record has never been challenged. Guess what?
But Agenda 111, they say is the biggest.
I'm coming. You see, I use the biblical example of the 5 foolish virgins and the 5 wise virgins. From 2017, when Akufo-Addo became president, he never prioritized the building of hospital. Do you know his priority or priorities? To build a cathedral.
But that was in the second
I
term.
beg you. No, the first term.
The cathedral was in the second term.
No, his first term. You've forgotten.
No, he said that if God gives him a second term, then he will build a cathedral.
No. So if you listen to the bishops, they said Akufo-Addo said if God gave him power. So this was 2016. So the cathedral project started in 2017. If you look at the payment vouchers, they are in October 2020 among others. So far, we spent $58 million on digging the deepest or biggest hole. Now guess what? Then COVID came. Then Akufo-Addo realized that no, your sick people don't go to cathedral. They go to hospital.
Microphone.
So in April 2020, he now brought the concept of Agenda 88.
Right.
And later, is it reset or upgraded it to?
It was upgraded to 111.
111. So it's about slogan. If it's about slogan, the MPP.
But the
they are
projects have
champion.
started, though. Haven't you seen them?
8 years to start a hospital project?
No, it was this for 4 years. The 4th year.
How?
It was
So-
started in 2020.
No, so the Akufo-Addo 4 years, what was he doing? The previous 4 years?
He was working free SHS, 1 district, 1 factory,
Jesus
1 village, 1 down. A year of roads.
The dams that when the rain stopped, they also dried out. Is that what you are talking about?
But you saw the dams, didn't you see them?
Of what use? How impactful have they become? Today, government of Ghana had run to the Finance Committee of Parliament for 500 million Ghana cedis.
2.7.
You know why?
No.
They need money to buy votes.
Did your party people kill Odifo Asare and the rest?
First of all, the NDC was set up in 1992. In fact, roughly 91, 92. We have never killed any Odifo or whatever. In fact, you see, the thing is that when you kill someone in a constitutional dispensation, listen carefully,
3FM.
you have the benefits of accountability. You'll be arrested and taken to court, prosecuted, and who? I ask you this question. And that is why I find it extremely strange that Napo, and this morning I said on a different platform, that Napo is suffering from message constipation.
What does that mean? That time we said there's brain fat. Today is a message.
Constipation.
What does that mean?
He's fatigued. He lacks content. Message, he can't generate message. And so he had decided to go into the realms of absurdity and irrelevant claims.
I see.
This, no, and you see, I support this proposition. What message is he preaching on the platform? Look, you know the aliens compliance order? You recall?
I remember.
Say, I have a story on my Joe Online.
We have to go. So
Yes, so I just want to. I beg you.
3FM.
I beg you.
92.7.
My Joe Online. Napo arrested over Ashton gunshots. My Joe Online. In this election that we are going, 2024 election, John Mahama Baumia, Professor Jenana Napo, the only person with criminal record having been arrested and billed by the Ghana police is Napo. It's on my Joe Online. And now let me read the story.
No, we can't read the story. We don't have time. Thank you very much. We are grateful for your time this morning. And the parable.
First
about
of all, can I conclude? 30
virgins,
seconds.
The virgins.
You recall the Otumfuo coming out to say that he brought Napo up and raised him. The Napo that Otumfuo referred to is not the one speaking.
I thank you.
It's 96 days to election 2024. If you need credible and objective coverage of this year's general election, join us at Media General on 3FM 92.7, TV3, 3news.com, and on all our social media platforms. This is your
Now you have a chance to call me 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. Do call me and share your own thoughts and comments. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Yes, sir. Senior Robert, how are you?
Oh, I'm very, very terrific.
Been a while.
Yes, my handsome daughter.
Talk to me.
Yeah, as the time is proximity, I have realized that NDC as well as John Mahama is becoming so pessimistic of winning election. Let me assure them this morning that there is no way that Mahama will not win incoming election. And last 2 months or so, I regurgitated the same thing on your platform that you're going to win December election by 53.4%.
3FM.
They shouldn't be worried, okay? But I want them to learn from difficulty that this election is not between NDC and PP. This election is between Ghanaians and a group of people in the NPP who hijacked this Ghana and mismanaging it. And in life, if you want to fall, the time has come for you to fall. No matter how your size, your height, your geographical orientation, that is the time for you to fall.
I hear you, sir. Thank you very, very much. Grateful. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Papa. Yes, sir.
Happy to hear from Senior Rabetu. It's been a while.
Yes, it's been a while, Pa.
It's been a while, Pa. My brother.
Yes, sir.
I wish my party in the opposition would really check every constituency's, what they call it, voters registers. If it's even proper, they can bring out all those people that are found in every constituency on the voters register. They can put out their pictures at a special place that everybody will see that we can challenge. Because I'm hearing of the special voting, 18 years old, special voting, 18 years old person. How come it's in the special voters list? How come? In the House of Central, for instance, I'm hearing of transfer of votes over 1,000 plus. How? How come? See, we don't want these liars to continue ruling us, MPP. We don't want them at all. I've already stated their life in the so-called free SHS. It was progressive. They started with Form 1, gradually. Form 2 and 3 people, they didn't enjoy that free SHS in 2017 or whatever year. You understand? We don't have to allow these people to continue ruling us with lies. Away with them, my brother. Have a good day, my brother.
Thank you, Papa. Good morning.
Good morning, Johnny.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm from Florida.
Okay, talk to me, my brother.
All right. When you were interacting with the Gen Zs,
Right.
yeah, you asked them what will inform the choice of a candidate.
That's correct.
Yeah, and they give various reasons for their choice. You see, my personal reason for my choice this come December will be on a person who is able to unite the country. You see, they are all talking about unity, and these people, they are fixated on destroying this country. You see, their comments and their actions, they are apart, and you cannot trust them for another term. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Hughes.
Hey, my brother. How are you? I'm fine. Oh.
Thank you. This one, I have some two messages to share.
Okay, go ahead.
The first one is, you see, Johnny, if you are foolish, you are foolish.
Oh, Maza,
If
why?
you are foolish, you are foolish.
Why do you say that?
Even though the Bible described those who are not able to put some oil in their lamp to wait for the one that they are coming to meet, he went straight to the point and described them as foolish. So if you are not able to keep a dam for the dry season for you to use the water, it means you are foolish.
Thank you. Bye-bye. 055-924-2717 and 0556910154. Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Yes, boss. Ahmed, talk to me.
Yes, sir. Johnny, I will still keep on saying one thing to this man called Napo. Johnny, let me ask you this. If you want to take something, if you have you want to take something from somebody, and you need that thing, you need that person. Do you want to beg that person, or you have to talk shit to that person before you take that thing from the person? Anytime, my advice to MPPs is this. We are going to December, and if they keep on giving this Napo mic, that's how we be throwing bombs to Ghanaians. They should stop giving this man. They should stop giving him mic, because it's like the man don't know how to talk. And there's difference between you being a rich and you being a poor. I know poor people treat their child very well, decent. But those rich people, it's like just because they have everything, they don't care. They don't treat their child. They don't take care of their child.
Okay.
They don't teach them how to talk outside, how to behave. When you see elderly people, when you are outside, the way you talk, the way you do, they don't treat them.
I hear you, Ahmed. Thank you.
It appears in Napo. That's what I want to say.
Thank you. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Johnny. How are you?
Mr. Hughes is here. How are you, my brother?
I'm also good.
Talk to me.
I pray the security of the Lord will be your portion.
Amen, sir.
I've really enjoyed the words of your resource person, Mr. Adivita Macro.
Okay.
Let me ask you. In economics, we call something price control.
That's right.
Who determines prices of commodities in our country? Look at Roaring side. Prices were determined by Roaring, and we call it control price. Right. If you buy a tin of milk in Accra, you go to Kumasi,
it's the same.
It's the same price.
Yeah.
But now what we are noticing or experiencing is every seller determine price of any item that he or she is selling. You see that even the youth that you have just interviewed are also feeling the heat. And some of them are undecisive as we speak.
Right.
So I want to ask, we were promised during the campaign of NPP that they will retrieve that 51 million of OMA.
Okay.
Now let them point out whether the money had been retrieved and what project can they point to us that money was used for.
Okay. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Hughes.
Yes, boss. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Talk to me.
Please, my regards to the barrister with you there.
Oh, he's gone, but I'm sure he's listening to you. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
What's your name? What's your name? Location? What's your name, please?
My name is Livingston.
Okay. Calling us from?
Yeah. To me, I hate the first people who you have interviewed.
Oh, you don't have to hate them. They are young people. Why do you want to hate them?
Yeah, the young guys. And a lady among them referring to the free education that she had enjoyed under this.
Yeah, that's her opinion.
This government.
That's her opinion. Yeah. What's yours?
Yeah. So to me, I want her to know that the free education is not that it is this government that brings it to the existence. So if you see the article, the 1992 Constitution, the Article 25, it is a trend there that every Ghanaian citizens will have a free education, secondary education, but progressively. Because that is what John Mahama started doing.
She's telling us what she enjoyed, and that's what's going to inform her. I think she also has a right to her opinion. Okay.
Oh yes. But some people they thought that it is these people who think of the free education first.
Okay, I hear you.
It is very annoying. If you meet some of the guys, that is what they thought.
Okay, I hear you. Thank you very much. Okay. We're grateful. Good morning.
Morning, Johnny.
Hey, common sense. Charlie, how be?
Cool.
Talk to me.
So your people have not refunded my credit to me.
Oh, now your money they be like right now. You forward times I do.
You no go for me. I no go allow.
If ECG chop your money, they chop them.
I no go allow.
Okay.
I'm waiting. I'll get the MD one day and put it to him.
I hear you. Go ahead.
Johnny.
Yes, sir.
Have you, in the life of this country, ever heard that you have stopped exporting power to our neighboring countries? You are older than me, I don't know.
Yes, but then at some point we had to stop it, right? This period, within this period, when we started facing the power issues.
So when we started exporting power to our neighboring countries, it's only this point that we have stopped.
As far as I remember, yes.
Okay. Have you in the the second question? Is this the first time you're having drought in the north, which is severe?
I don't think so. No, that cannot be the case.
So why is it that they want to go and take 500 million?
Oh, to solve the problem, or?
But this is not the first time we are having such a problem in the north.
But different times and different seasons, Anna.
Johnny, the democracy we are practicing under Akufo-Addo needs to be researched into. If, as a country, this is not the first time we are having drought in the north, and you think there's money available, you want to go and spend. If, as a country, this is the first time you are saying you have stopped exporting power to our neighboring countries, I think we are reversing back as a country. And for me, it makes strange when I hear some of their people speaking that we are far better off if NDC should be in power. Johnny, do they take us serious? We gave them their job to do, so they should respect us as voters. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We can't pick any more calls. Helen, it's an interesting time with the Gen Zs, huh?
Yeah.